Greetings, gamers! It's the Game Faerie, and this is the Game Faerie Podcast. This is my very first both visual and audio podcast, so I am super excited to be able to finally do this, though there's a little makeshift. I don't know if y'all can tell, I kind of threw together this background real quick, so it's not the hottest setup. This phone is definitely being held by a giant hair tie. However, I really just wanted to get out an episode to get the experience points for actually recording myself doing the podcast. Today, I have an episode of the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. It's a game that I saw on... Okay, there is going to be mistakes. I don't want to be editing extensively the video portion or the audio portion, so you will actually be able to see my brain die in this episode. But I saw the game on the Switch store and decided to pick it up. I thought it looked really pretty, and it also seems like it's mostly text-based. It's a game where you create your own tarot card deck, so I thought that was really interesting. And before I start, if you discovered me via YouTube, I do have a podcast on Spotify. It's called the Game Faerie Podcast, spelled the same way it's spelled here, Faerie. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, come on over to YouTube. My channel is Game Faerie, and you can actually see my face and actually see me do this episode and any episodes in the future, because this is what the podcast is about. I do talking only Let's Plays. And so if you're into gaming, I also do VGM recommendations on the podcast. So if any of that sounds interesting, stay tuned or hop over to Spotify to see a larger collection of games that I've played, and also VGM suggestions will be there. I don't think I'll be putting any video game music stuff on the YouTube channel, at least not right now. So definitely, if you're new to the gaming soundtrack world, hop over to the podcast, and I have some pretty fire recommendations there, if I do say so myself. So let's get started with the gameplay. This setup, it'll do for now. I got Hollow Knight behind me. I got Kirby, if you like Kerbis. I got a little Kerbis here in the forest. So it should be pretty fun. But for this game, starting out, it looks like we can select a language. So I am going to select English. And we're going to click begin. And I just see a bunch of stars. Oh, and now it's going through the people that were on the team for creating this game. So the different companies. And we see a character sitting on a windowsill, just in space. They're in a long, flowy gray top. It's either gray or white. They have some capri-length black jeans, purple sneakers, and a hat that is black. And it looks like on the hat there is a lavender bow and maybe some of the lavender flowers as well. And they have one leg up on the windowsill and the other leg is dangling out. And like I said, they are just in space. So this character with a short black bob is just staring out. We have our title screen, the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. So we have new game, settings, credits, content, warning. Okay. Y'all. Which I did play a little bit of... Oh, what is that game? Disco Elysium? So I think I am prepared for anything. I'm just going to look through the settings really quick. Text speed, default. I might turn it to slow just for the sake of the podcast. We got a little cursor speed. Okay, I think the rest is fine. Back to the title screen. We are going to start a new game here on an empty slot. And our character holds out her hand. And a spark of red is now floating through it. Eternal void, heed the words of a prisoner. I beg of you, send me a curse to break this immortal isolation. Hear the chant my mentor once forbid me to recite. Stranger to my soul, invade my body. Stranger to my soul, invade my mind. Grant me an eye to see beyond my torment. Take my pride, my sorrow, my chains. Turn them into power, wisdom, revenge. Stranger to my soul, invade my magic. Stranger to my soul, become my faith. That's a beautiful song. It feels great to be awakened again. And we see a strange looking collection of shapes. They almost look like very thin, skinny eyes with moons inside of them. There's 3 of them. And then in the middle eye shape, there is a circle with, I guess it kind of resembles a sun, a black and tan sun. Who are you? OMG. And there is a gigantic creature, definitely not from Earth for sure. They have 4 eyes. They have 3 eyes on their head, 1 eye right below their throat, so right in their, I guess, clavicle region. They have red smoke bellowing from 2 holes in between their eyes and also from the corners of their mouth. They have long fingernails. Their entire body is purple, and they have a collection of arms here. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 arms and a long tail that almost reminds me of a scorpion-esque body. They are gigantic compared to our character, which I believe their name is Fortuna. My name is Fortuna. I am a witch. Why did you summon me? And this gigantic being's name is Abramar. Because I would rather lose my pride than my sanity. Sounds fun. Tell me more. I was condemned to exile by the leader of my coven. Which, girl, what did you do? Because maybe you deserved it. I don't know. Listen, I don't know the story yet, but I guess we'll find out. Today marks the 200th year of my millennium-long sentence. And this is kind of interesting because in Paradise, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, even though it's the title of the game, Paradise Riller with a K, that character was also exiled, so it is interesting that kind of similar theme. And I can't take it anymore. I need your help. What do you use as a clock? Humanity's cradle, planet Earth. Oh, 200 human years. That's quite some time. I feel you. I had been imprisoned for 5,402 years until you summoned me. Isolation can really do a number on you. I will help you. I shall become your familiar. Thank you, Abramar. Now, get comfortable. We are going to seal a contract. And right now the characters are just staring at each other. Little tiny Fortuna, she is so small compared to this giant space being Abramar. Oh, okay. And now we are in a house. Okay, so there is an upstairs and a downstairs. On the upstairs, there is a giant cauldron with orange goo or orange liquid bubbling. There might be a range. Also, some spices, maybe in jars. There is a window that is open. The curtains are open, and we just see the space. There is a downstairs area with a door that appears to have a seal on it. And the seal, the papers from the seal are moving up and down. And there is a pillow as if Fortuna kneels on it, and maybe she sits cross-legged on it and performs some sort of spell. I'm not sure. She also has a vanity and a bed that is underneath the staircase. So it is an interesting setup since the cooking area is at top and then the bed is on the first floor. I guess I'm used to the bed being on the second floor. But Abramar is saying to us, first of all, allow me to express my gratitude. I am really thankful you freed me from my cosmic prison. Of course. You're welcome, Fortuna says. Is something the matter? Not really. It's just after all the reading I did about behemoths, I didn't expect your behavior to be so mundane. Whoa, mundane? That hurt. Oh, I mean, you're still intimidating, but I always pictured you speaking in an archaic poetry or something like that. Woo! Abramar is terrifying. So at first their mouth was closed and you saw the smoke billowing from the corners, but now their mouth is open. They have golden teeth, or if not golden, they are a yellow tinge. And they have two almost fang-like their canine teeth are very sharp. And they are laughing. They still look kind of friendly, but definitely a demented kind of friendly. Ha, 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 ha. And he has one finger sticking up. I guess I don't know this being, but I'm giving them a deeper voice. However, I don't know if the beings even have genders or anything. I like you. I like you so much, I'm going to let you pick the terms of your contract. And Abramar's mouth is still open, but now with their mouth is closed, I meant to say, but their smile is still very much plastered on their face with those fangs sticking out. So very intimidating. Oh, and now they've stopped smiling. You will still have to pay a high price for my magic, though. I thought you said we were good, Abramar. What are you going back on your word? I thought we were equal. I thought we were exile buddies. Like, what happened? Well, I'm aware of that. I won't back off. All right, then let's begin your training. The ceremony is 5 days long. Let me know when you're ready to begin. Right now. Ah ha 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 ha. You are already my favorite master. The first day is the easiest one. An interview so we can get to know each other. Lesson 1, admittance. And that is kind of like a title card that appeared. Tell me about yourself. What is your specialty? And I wonder if these are going to be options I pick. Oh, nope. Fortuna answers. I am a fortune teller. Oh, one of my favorites. would you mind doing a reading for me? Do I know how to do that? Does she know how to do that? I can't. As part of my sentence, Adana banished my tarot deck. So I guess there's a character named Adana. I've never seen that name before. Aedana. Interesting. Adana is the leader of my coven. Wow. You must have done something really grave to get exiled and deprived of your magic. I foretold the falling of my coven. Bleak. But how are your visions your fault? That's what I'm thinking. After my premonition, the coven was consumed by despair. Many witches came to me for counsel to prepare before the end times. Adana didn't like that. She holds supreme authority in our coven, so she decided to exile me to this wandering asteroid. Our leader determined that even if all covens must fall eventually, advertising their demise only pushes the catastrophe forward. Adana decided my power posed a great danger to the peace inside our coven. She concluded that I had to learn to reason instead of relying exclusively on my gift. Sound like she was jealous. But I guess we'll see. So I was sentenced to meditate for a millennium, deprived of my deck. Since I'm here, I deduce that you don't agree with your leader's judgment? Abramar asked. She was afraid of my influence. Many of our sisters put their trust in my advice. I'm sure that hag thought I was undermining her supremacy and decided to cast me out. You sure sound sour about it. Would you kill her? Should you have the chance? Why do I have to choose this? Wait a second. Fortuna was answering everything before. Why do I have an option now? Yes or no? I'm going to say no. No. Fortuna, now you speak up. No, girl. We cannot go back and forth between you getting the easy mode stuff and now I have to make the hard decisions. Girl, come on. Isolation didn't eat away your mercy yet, I see. Okay, I will help you recover your powers. Will you get me a new tarot deck? Tarot? Pff, no. I mean, tarot is cute, but it is too human-centric to grasp the hidden truths of the cosmos. You will create your own deck. Ooh, this is the plot of the game. My own deck? I wouldn't even know where to begin. Shh. Leave the details to me. That is what these 5 days of training are for. You're going back to witch school, Fortuna. For this training, we will review the 4 basic elements of magic. Air, water, earth, and fire. Oh no, Fortuna says. Don't worry, it will be fun. Plus, you'll get to seal a contract with me for each of those energies. And for the podcast, I accidentally booped y'all, but I moved it back. So hopefully the audio is still okay. Now, get some rest. Tomorrow we will start with the invisible energy, air, with our special guest, Aang
the Avatar.
Okay, and we are blacking out. The screen's going away. And we're back in lesson. It looks like it says lesson 11, but I think it's just lesson II. Oh, did that say contract or contact? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
First day of school. Are you nervous?
So, Abramara is back, and we are back in our 2-story house. Listen, Fortuna is a homeowner. Is she mad about being exiled? Does she have to pay rent? Does she have a job? She just has to meditate? Come on. Sign me up. Sign me up. To be honest, I'm just happy to be able to hear something other than my own voice.
Ha! That's cool. Today...
Aframar. I guess one thing about, I don't know if this has voice acting in it, so I don't know if there is an actual voice already set for these characters, but that just caught me off guard.
That's cool. Today, we are going to talk about air. I'm going to focus on what will be useful for creating our own divination deck.
Understood.
Air represents the invisible, the negative space, that which imbues everything. Air is the collective subconscious energy within a community, the ecosystem.
Attacked. So, listen, podcast. I don't know if y'all heard that, but I just got attacked by my bootleg setup here. So I'm gonna try to fix it, make sure that doesn't happen again, but it probably will.
Air is
See, it was the air from the game. It came through the speakers of the Switch and just like pushed the phone over. So this is some strong magic here.
Air is everything that surrounds us. Air is everything that the light touches.
He didn't say that. But air is everything that surrounds us. Air is context, Fortuna finishes.
Exactly. Master your air and you will acquire unparalleled awareness. There is power in knowing one's place. Even when isolated, you are one with the cosmos. Now, for the first part of our contract, we will seal our air energies together.
Yes, please.
As I promised, I will let you decide the nature of every seal. You will just need to answer a question. But careful. Your answers will affect your fate dramatically.
And we got those fangs back. Dude looks pretty cool. Yeah, they look pretty cool. I'm ready. Okay, so they actually have more eyes, I'm noticing. They have an eye where their stomach would be. So they have 3 eyes on their head, 1 eye on the clavicle, and then 1 eye on their belly, on the tum-tum. Interesting. So that's way too much vision. I can't. That's way too much vision.
For the air seal, how do you want to be perceived?
I want to be feared. I want to be adored. I want to be pitied. I feel like, obviously, I want to be adored, but I don't know what Fortuna wants. Fortuna, why'd you stop answering? Why do I have to answer this now? Okay, so based on what Fortuna said, she was exiled because she was too strong. Or her visions caused everyone to really go to her for counseling. on what they should do. So, would Fortuna want to be adored? I don't think so. Not necessarily. What about pitied? I don't think Fortuna would want to be pitied. This is very interesting. I do want what's best for Fortuna. She did call that, what was her name? I don't remember that other character's name, but she did call them an old hag. So maybe Fortuna would want to be feared. I want to be feared.
Oh, you don't hold back. I like it. Intimidation will serve your ambition well. You will be respected, but it won't be easy to earn other people's trust.
I understand.
Allow me to seal our air energies together then.
Woo! And there was a blast of energy that was purple, and it went into a symbol that is now faded from the screen. The symbol looked witchy. And it added a number 9. It looked like there were 4 parts of the symbol. 1, 2, 3, 4. In a cross sort of pattern. So the number 9 went into the bottom right compartment of that. I'm sure it will tell us what that actually means later. Right now, I don't actually know. So I don't want to pretend like I do, but we'll find out. That hurt, Fortuna says.
That felt good, Abramar yells. Mah. Can't you feel the power?
Yes, I feel it. But I also felt like I was tearing apart.
Well, girl, I am a behemoth after all. What did you expect?
I know. I can take it.
Good. Now focus on that bit of air energy we unlocked. We're going to use it to create our first card. I notice you have a ceremonial tokonoma for witchcraft in the basement.
Oh, okay. So I guess it's first floor and then basement floor is below, not upstairs, downstairs.
Head over there, and I will teach you to create cards.
Okay. Oh, is this a point and click? Wait, do I use my... Oh, it's touchscreen, y'all. Oh, can I touch the cauldron? No. Can I touch the window? Oh, she has some cute little plants, potted plants in here. Oh, I wonder what these books are. I can't interact with anything but the door. So I clicked on it, and now Fortuna stands up. I wanted to say upstairs, but she was on the first level, sitting at a wooden table. And then she moved down into the basement, and she's sitting in front of that door, or what appears to be a door, that has the seals on it, or maybe those are cards, that has the cream and black symbols, cream and black things going up and down on it. And there's 5 of them just sliding on the door. Okay, and now we have the option to create a card. I'm going to click that. And it says step 1 of 3, select sphere. And Abramar says,
This is the arcane grimoire.
So we have the opera house, an enchanted opera house that magnifies the emotions of anything sung inside its chambers. And then it shows its energy cost, looks like 2 energy.
Here, you'll acquire magic images that can be used to craft your cards.
Okay.
There are 3 types. Spheres for the backgrounds. arcana for the main figure on the card, and symbols to add some magic pizzazz to your compositions. I saw it and I was like, pizza? But then I saw the rest of the word, magic pizzazz. Okay. They all cost magic energy to summon. I know. I'm already 30 minutes into this recording and I hope I don't get too tongue-tied. I'm about to wrap this episode up though. I am having a lot of fun. Right now, you can only acquire air-type elements because we've only unlocked the air seal. Sounds reasonable? But you can go ahead and browse the grimoire to savor your future creations. Haha. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to read the air cards because I also have something in the oven that will burn to a crisp if I don't grab it soon. So that's why I'm trying to end the episode. But okay, so the opera house, and it looks like a traditional opera setup, but no one's on stage. The next air card is Pleasant Prairie. When Jasmine's mentor retired, she summoned a dozen acres of enchanted grasslands inspired by a poem written by the youngest witch of her coven. And the card has a peachy orange sky with light creamsicle orange clouds going through it. There is some grass, and maybe that's the sun slightly peeking up over the horizon. And that costs 2 energy. And I believe we have 9 energy total. So that's what the 9 from earlier was 9 of the air energy. I'm trying to, it's such a far away from like down looking at the Switch, looking all the way up to make eye contact with the webcam. So I hope it's not too distracting if I'm looking like dead ahead at myself. I know I'm going to get better at not doing that as often, but for today, listen, things happen. All right, so the road is the next air card. The road back is lethal. The road ahead is unknown. I like that. Next air card, looking through. Oh, we have one that is a combination. I won't read that yet. They'll probably tell me about it because I don't have the energy for it. Okay, Nomad Sky Caravan. The best merchants of their galaxy. They couldn't figure out how to travel through space, so they tore away a piece of their homeland skies and took it with them, a blue nebula full of flying ships that soar the Milky Way. And it looks like, oh, what is that game called? Oh, Oregon Trail. How they have the caravans there, only they are modified. Or maybe they look like ships, and they look like hybrids of boats and caravans that appear to be modified for flight. So they are in a blue sky with white creamy clouds around them. And the caravans are kind of like a tan color. Okay. That's kind of cool. I think I know what my heart wants though. Oh, and the last one costs 3 energy. The caravan one, did that cost 2? Yes. And the last one is a magical post office, a magic forest realm inside the folds of time, only accessible by witches' familiars. The magical post office is the quickest way to send letters and parcels to one witch dominion to another. Witches favor this method of communication because there is no known way to tamper with it. Okay, helping out my fellow witches. And it is a long, I guess long
is kind of another way to say tall. But it is a tall building that is skinny. I see a basket being held by a string. There is some other string or rope hanging off of it. One has a hook on it. And the building has... who was getting there? I guess you fly through the door with a broom, because the building, the foundation of it is not touching the ground. So like the door itself looks like it's just in midair. So you definitely have to use something to fly to get inside of it. And then there's so many open windows. It's very interesting design there. And the energy cost is 3. That sounds like it'd be nice. But I think my heart is set on the road. So I'm going to grab that one. And just to recap, the road was the road back is lethal. The road ahead is unknown. So maybe because that kind of like fits my life right now. So I spent the 2 energy to purchase that. And now it shows I have 7 of the pink, which is the earth energy. So makes sense. Now we have to pick an arcane. Oh boy. Let me see. So there's Harpy Herald, Harbinger of Newfound Paths. The Herald has been spreading occult discoveries from coven to coven since she was created by the corpse of Archwitch Kadamia. Kadamia? I tried to stifle a air bubble in my throat, so and I'm not gonna edit it out, sorry. And it is a woman with long blue hair wearing a teal crop top with almost like a flouncy trim around the top of it off the shoulder. And they're also wearing a pair of what looks like leggings that have a little bit of flounce coming off of the cuffs of them. And their feet they honestly look like they have chicken feet, but maybe that's supposed to be like sea people feet. And there is a scroll of some kind, maybe an envelope, and a double snake entwined symbol. So we got a Harpy Herald, and I did not pass gas. That was my foot on the bed. So listen, if you heard something, that was my foot. It definitely was my foot though. And then the energy cost of that is 4. I'm losing it right now. Is that the only one I can buy? Wow, talk about choices. It's literally the only card I have enough energy for. So I guess we are harping up. Let's go. And the last one is select a symbol. Okay, which symbol can we have? All right, we can do an onyx trumpet. A blatant way to announce your will and desire. This instrument has many detractors, but no one is able to ignore its sentiment. Okay, we got a little trumpet. And it is just a trumpet on a blue card, and there are little bellows of smoke. Let's see, what else can I get? Arbiter book. An arbiter's most essential tool, whatever they write in these books, is updated immediately in the Master Grimoire, and once the information is classified by a superior officer, replicated throughout every book of every arbiter. Did I read that weird? Master Grimoire, and once the information is classified by a superior officer, replicated throughout every book of every arbiter. Okay. Next. My nose itched. My nose itched. Dark Matter Bow. An arcane bow designed to hunt spirits. It cannot hurt physical entities, so sometimes witches use it for mock battles and recreating William Tell's infamous shot. And those all cost 2 energy. I think I'm going to use the onyx trumpet. Yep. Spent it. I only have 1 energy left. And Abramar says,
now build your first card. You can move the background and drag, rotate, or scale the images around. Add as many images as you want from the stock at the sides of the card. Don't worry, it won't cost you extra energy. Put your soul into it.
now, I will say, since I'm trying to wrap the episode up, I will just briefly check something. So there's a big yellow sun on the road. So I guess that's what we were doing. The pieces that were in the cards are now the pieces that we can play around with in order to create the design of the tarot card. So the woman that had the blue hair, we can take her and put her on the road card that had the sun and the clouds. We can use her and like drop her on that image. And then from the trumpet, the bellows of smoke, we can put that down and the trumpet itself down. So that is very interesting. I guess I'm just going to grab everything and just put it on the card. I love the maximalist look, okay? Can I not? Let me put everything down. Oh yeah, it's just me. So I do have to use... Oh no, I don't. I thought I had to use the touchscreen, but I actually didn't. So I can use the control stick. Alright, so I just threw everything on the card. I'm going to put finish. Baby's first card, squee. And the card now says the whistled path.
The meaning of a card varies depending on which elements you combine.
Card legend. We walk the road alone for everyone to see, a strong avatar for justice, imbued with purpose. The sound from the trumpet garners everyone's attention. A hurricane of air energy will stir luck and call for the unexpected. Its meanings are leadership, purpose, justice, predestination, and luck.
Air elements lean towards relationships, community, and karma. Pay attention to your studies so you can tune your divination style towards the ideas you fancy the most. It can be tricky at the beginning. The only way to master this is through experience.
Okay, and I'm going to click back.
Did you like it?
And I will answer that question on the next episode. I really hope that everyone listening, whether you're on YouTube or whether you're on Spotify, I hope everyone listening enjoyed the episode. I also hope that everyone listening has a good day, a good night, a good time. And I will be talking to y'all real soon with some more content. Thank you so much. If you got to the end of the episode, hit like if you liked the video or the podcast episode. Subscribe on YouTube or follow on Spotify, all the things if you feel like it. Otherwise, I will be talking to y'all soon. See ya!